Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Friday. Woo woo! Week is over. Tonight's video is something that falls close to my heart. I spent some time preparing and jotted some notes down so I wouldn't leave anything out. Basically, I want to talk about 10 things to keep you self-motivated, because on this journey that you're all going through and that I'm going through, sometimes our ego gets in the way and we start telling ourselves we can't do this, it's not worth it, it's too expensive, it's this, it's that. We come up with a million reasons to halt our journey, and then it sets us back, and then we're like back to where we started. So I came up with 10 ways to really soul search and hopefully keep you guys motivated. So if you're interested in hearing what I have to say, then please keep watching. Okay guys, so I'm going to be referring to my notes here, so if you see me looking off camera, that's all I'm doing. So the first thing that I want you guys to remember is, please do not worry if you make mistakes. Every single one of us have made mistakes in life. You can't stress over it. Making mistakes is the way we improve ourselves. We learn by our mistakes and we improve by them. Like I said, everybody makes mistakes, but the important thing is that you learn from your mistakes. Because if you make a mistake and you just let it go and never learn a lesson from it, it will prevent you from moving forward. So that's my number one tip. Number two is to always try to stay positive and happy. Happiness generates positive energy. And you guys know as well as I do, with positive energy, you can take that energy, you become optimistic, enthusiastic, and happy people in general are usually motivated to accomplish something, whether it be a diet, whether it be staying on an eating plan, an exercise regimen. Happy people tend to be more focused, more positive, and more willing to accomplish what they set out to do. So number three, get out of your comfort zone. Try to get into unfamiliar surroundings, guys. Try to explore better opportunities. There's so many things out in life, and don't just sit around and stick around with the same people, places, and things. Try something new, meet new people, go to a park, get out there and walk, and while you're there, see the little old guy sitting on the bench, sit down next to him and strike up a conversation. Get to know different surroundings. That will help you motivate yourself. You might meet somebody new, it's networking, you might find a new activity that you like. Instead of always going on the treadmill or always lifting the same weights, try something new. It's very important to do that, and it will keep you happy, keep you motivated, keep you enthusiastic, and that is tip number three. Tip number four is think the unthinkable. This one was pretty cool when I was writing my notes down. Basically, my idea is to dream big and set high goals. Everything we do starts with a thought, a dream, something, you know, like, oh my God, I want to lose this weight because I have to buy a bathing suit for vacation, or I want to get off all my diabetic medication. It all starts with a thought. And when you limit yourself, which we most often do, that I can't do, you know, I'll never happen, things like that. Those are the thoughts that run through our head. That sets you back. So it's like yourself stopping you. So think the unthinkable, dream big, set high goals and for yourself, and keep that in the back of your mind when you're out there doing what you're doing. Okay, so number five, read or listen to inspirational materials. Basically what that means is get yourself online, in a book, whatever you prefer, and read something inspirational. You know, a lot of us use Facebook, and on Facebook periodically we see all these inspirational stories going around, and it makes you feel good, and sometimes you can get an overwhelming sense of emotion, and you can actually feel what that person is writing about. Even if you watch a movie on TV that's fiction, how many of us like sit there, we're watching a movie and we start to cry because we can relate to the person or the situation. So when you read or even listen, there's a lot of audio inspiration. You can actually start to learn new ideas, get excited about them, and then implement what you're listening to or reading. I think that's a really good tip. Number six, this is really important, guys. Resolve your problems. Bless you.
Oh, sorry, thanks.
Resolve your problems rather than running away from them. Basically, this is what it boils down to. The ride to success, right guys? The ride. I call it the ride. Some people say the journey. The ride to success is not going to be smooth all the time. We always face difficulties and challenges. That's just part of it. But don't quit. Don't quit what you're doing. Setbacks are part of the process. You have to constantly resolve problems. For instance, when you were a little kid learning to ride a bike, how many times did the bike fall? Did you get frustrated? Did you quit? I bet you didn't. I bet your parents made you get back on that bike until you were able to ride it. So think about it. If your self-resolution or your parents making you do it didn't occur, you would never be able to ride a bike. Same goes with a baby walking. They start to roll around, they crawl, they eventually pull themselves up, and then they start walking. Can you imagine a little baby like rolling around and crawling and saying, this isn't for me, I can't do this, and then they never walk? Can you imagine? But that's kind of the analogy of things that we as adults do. So if you have a difficult situation, if you have a problem, resolve it. If you have, and I'm not only talking about the physical ones, I'm talking emotional. If you have a friend or a family member or a colleague or somebody that you're on the outs with, you're not discussing anything with, I don't want to be near this person anymore. Personally speaking, resolve it. It really makes a big difference in the way you feel. You know, we all try to be, well, not all of us, a lot of us, we are like proud and stubborn and nobody wants to give in, but sometimes it can really take a weight off your shoulders and make you feel more positive and optimistic about life itself. So resolve your problems. Number 7, appreciate every moment. I can only speak for myself. My career as a nurse, I see so many things that are horrific, and I use this with friends and family, the speech I'm going to give you now, all the time. Appreciate what you have, you know, appreciate all of the moments that you have, because it helps you realize the need to move forward and achieve your goals. For instance, you know, how many times do you say, well, I'm going to start that diet next Monday? But what happens if on Friday something happens and you're unable to do that? You never set forth, why wait? Why wait? I see patients that are sick and dying every day. I see patients dying every day. I see new people being diagnosed every day. It makes me sad because do I even know if they have any goals? Do I know if they have any dreams? Did they even get to that point? You never know what tomorrow brings. So I think it's important to appreciate every moment with who you are, who you're with, basically what you have, but that's all material stuff. You can't take that with you. So try to appreciate situations and people, things like that, and try to appreciate the fact that you're on a journey and you are doing well. And even if you're not, again, remember my setback thing. Resolve things and move forward. So we'll keep it sweet with that. Number 8, finish what you start. Never leave anything half finished regardless of the result. Basically, if you finish what you start, it helps train you to always accomplish what you set out to do. What'd you set out to do? You set out to start a keto lifestyle. It's not easy. So many times I hear from people, it was easy the first week, now it's getting harder, I gave up, I ate something bad, I can't do this, things like that. If you really want to succeed in something, maybe it's not even keto, maybe it's driving a car, I don't know. You have to finish what you start. If you don't, you'll never get there. And then you can complain all you want and say it's hard, it's this, it's that. Nothing in life is easy. But if you set out to do something, do it. You know, if you want to clean out your garage, finish it.
Thank you.
He did. He started it and finished it. It looks wonderful. He goes out into the shed in the backyard, he starts it, he finishes it. You get such satisfaction with that. So if you decide to start keto, finish it. There is no finish, right? Because it's a lifestyle, but keep it going. Evolve yourself, learn new things. Don't fall back on your ego saying it's too hard, I can't do this. Just finish what you start. Okay. Number 9 is face your challenges one at a time. Do not accumulate as you go because you will become less motivated to finish and then you will be unable to complete anything. That is true. So for instance, here's your challenge. you don't get any sleep, you don't know what to eat, and you're basically saying to yourself, this is ridiculous, I can't do this. Well, what's the challenge? You don't know what to eat? Figure it out, ask questions, post a comment below one of my videos, join my group, Keeping It Keto with Feliciannurse, look for support. There's always an answer. But giving up and not facing your challenge, that's gonna defeat everything. And let's say you've been on keto for 6 months and you're down 25 pounds. And then all of a sudden it gets harder and harder, because that is part of life. Nothing comes easy. What if that happens and you just decide to give up and you're like, all right, never mind. You're gonna gain all the weight back, and then maybe 6 months down the road, you're gonna be like, oh, all right, nothing's working, so let me start again. Now you're so much further back than you were if you would have just faced your challenges and kept on going. So face your challenges, guys. All right, last but not least, here on my notepad, I have care less about what people say. Point blank. You're gonna be in a million situations. Somebody's gonna offer you something to eat, maybe that's not on your plan, and maybe you decline that and you see them give you a look, or maybe they say, oh, please, you know, you're fine the way you are, or something like that. And sometimes those comments come from people that are close to you and that you care about, and that who people care about you. But don't let that bother you. Let it fall into deaf ears. I'm going to tell you why. Because that will make you weak, and it will make you less focused on what you've set out to do. All you have to do is whatever you want to do. You can either explain yourself, you don't have to explain yourself. The best way I found to do it is just say no thank you. Sometimes people say, why not? Why don't you want to eat this cracker with cheese on it? And then my explanation is because I'm eating clean. That's it. I mean, if somebody that cares about you can't understand that you want to better yourself, I don't know, but that's another one going back to number 6 to resolve your problems. So this list is really good because each one falls upon one another and builds upon one another. It's just a really good way to keep yourself motivated and to have self-awareness. The self-awareness comes from within, which probably started you on this journey to begin with, right? You're aware of your situation. Maybe you're not eating well. Maybe your health is declining, or maybe you want to keep good health. There's a lot of people on keto that are already healthy and active, but then there's also a portion that are not. So you really just need to focus on you. You're number one. And the way you choose to eat and the way you choose to live your lifestyle shouldn't really bother anybody. If anything, if somebody loves you and cares about you, they'll be supportive. Right, Jess?
Of course. That's why I'm still here.
That's why he's still here. Yeah, you know, it's not easy, guys. Like, I had a comment today on one of my grocery videos. Sorry, I'm just sitting on my leg here. About why there was a pineapple in my shopping cart. And I had to go and explain, which is fine, that I shop for everybody in my house, not just me. So if somebody in my house wants a pineapple, I'm buying a pineapple. It shouldn't matter to anybody. If you guys see that I eat a 1/4 cup of blueberries, you know, with my eggs or something, you know, lo and behold, there's a few people that'll be like, oh, blueberries are not keto. You know what? You're not doing your research. They can be incorporated into a keto plan at a certain point. And that's where education is paramount. You have to educate yourself. I'm a tool. I have information for you guys, but what I say is not law. A lot of things that I do are experimental on myself, on people. Here comes Jess. What keeps you motivated? Let's hear this one.
Keeping Lori happy.
Oh.
Because you don't want to come home to Lori not happy.
No, you don't. That is so true. Well, guys, yeah. You don't want Lori home unhappy. And it's not that I'm like a Gestapo, but I like things done a certain way. There's nothing wrong with that. That's me. But Lori has to remember that not everybody is me, right?
Of course.
So.
And you will get the speech either way.
That's true. But what keeps you motivated? Like Jess is an avid, he goes to the gym every single day at 10 p.m. at night. I'm like in bed pajamas. What keeps you going?
Because if I don't, things will hurt more. Joints. I come from the old school, obviously, you know, of power lifters and power bodybuilding. It used to be a combination of powerlifting and bodybuilding, influenced by the 80s pro wrestlers.
Yeah.
You know, my behavior sometimes, my training tactics and techniques, you know, so I'm not really concerned about, you know, throwing a 400-pound guy 20 feet over into the sidewalk anymore. I don't do that for a living. You know, I just want to make sure that, you know, when I leave from ShopRite to my car, if there's a crackhead or somebody that just, you know, won't let you pass them, I want $6. You're drunk and you're showing me a jail ID. This happens actually once in a while where we used to live. So, you know, I just need to get that guy out of the way, you know. But other than that, you know, I just train because if I don't, things just start to hurt more. My joints.
Yeah,
you know,
we don't want to get old
you start to
decrepit.
atrophy. You know, you spend a high percentage of your life in one body style or body shape. Your bones kind of start to sit that way. Your tendons, your ligaments, your muscles kind of tend to form that way and, you know, archive themselves that way. And then when you start atrophying, or you start perhaps even losing, I've been over, the heaviest I've been is probably 305. You know, right now I'm probably around...
But it's all muscle, guys.
It's been different. The consistency's been different throughout the years. Throughout the years it's been different.
And you're also like 6'2" for reference.
Yeah, but...
He's a big boy.
You know, you will notice sometimes, you know, if you lose weight or if you start putting on size or if you don't... you know, maintain a certain, you know, parameter within too big or too small or something, you know, right? It's right up the nose. You know, stuff hurts. Things just start to hurt, you know?
So that's why I was saying think outside the box. Don't be complacent.
Yeah, I mean, my knees are still, boom, really good for my age, you know? Like, most people can't do that. But
no,
it's because I don't go ballistic anymore.
That's true. But he's also consistent. That would be another thing if you want to add something to the list. Be consistent. Consistency is key with everything. With your job, with your family, with your bills, with eating plans, with everything. You have to be consistent. The longer you stay at something and you're driven and focused and happy and positive, the better the outcome. That's all I can say. So anyway, with all of that being said, I hope these tips helped you. I do like preparing this kind of stuff for you guys because it helps me self-reflect as well. I learned something from my own video, if that makes any sense. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You have any last words, Jess?
Unless you want me to stick my finger in your nose again.
I'm actually not going to edit that out.
But just everybody, I mean, I really don't get dragged into this kind of stuff, but I used to be a personal trainer, and I used to make people do stuff they don't want to do. And one of the main reasons I quit being a personal trainer is because I got sick of making people do things they don't want to do. I wanted to make people do things they want to do. So I would suggest in any parting statement, find something you like or some way you like to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And kind of follow that path. Maybe you're not, you know, 100%, you know, committed, but you know, 90 is still an A.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, here's a great example, guys. So you know how hard I was training last summer, and of course it fizzled out. What else is new? I'm giving you advice not to quit, and I'm quitting. It's not that I quit, it's just I prefer the activity kind of stuff. I love to mountain bike. I like to walk. I like to run. I like to hike with the dogs. I like to go places with Jess. I like to trampoline, that trampoline zone. I like moving and stuff like that. Running up the stairs at work, doing things like that. I find it very boring to go to the gym. That's just me. And I feel bad that I kind of fizzled out, but doing the other activities, I think I'm in better shape in a weird way now. No? You have to find something you like, or else you're not going to do anything. Imagine that. Imagine doing nothing, sitting in your chair all day.
What is practical?
Isn't he cute?
What is practical? You really have to think.
That's practical.
Like, you know, I can go to the gym and put 600 pounds on my back, but like during the week or during my life, I'm not going to be raising 600 pounds on my back. You know, that's unpractical. So, hey, buddy. So maybe like...
Yes, it's family time.
Maybe like 225 pounds. You know, because that'll help me get the lawnmower up and out of the shed over the you know, the holiday lawn ornaments.
And it'll also help you from getting punched out. I'm just kidding. Hi, Pooh.
Do what you like because you're more inclined to stick with it.
That's true.
Just find a way to do it.
If I could only burn calories making videos.
You are. It's like like 6 calories so far.
I burnt 6 calories according to the personal trainer. All right, guys, that is it for tonight. We might do some kind of husband and wife thing over the weekend for you guys. If you want to see that, leave a thumbs up and a comment below. What should we have them say?
Stay focused.
I want to see the words "stay focused" in the comment section if you want us to do some kind of activity, husband and wife, something. And if you have any suggestions of things you want us to do for our weekend video, other than anything, you know, X-rated, let me know. Jess is like, yeah, please do that. Leave a comment below and we will be happy to oblige. All right, guys, you have a great weekend and we'll see you in our next video. Again,
let's not bring the X's into this.
Leave a comment below and we will provide. All right? Stay focused. We love you guys. Bye. Say bye, Jess.
A lovely evening to you all.
TTFN. Ta-ta for now. Bye, guys.